Hello, I'm Yvette Bowden from AW Confidential Podcast. Hi, John. Hi, Donald. Thank you
Hel-
so much for
Hey,
doing this.
Thank you for having
hey,
us,
Yvette.
Yvette.
Oh, first of all, congratulations on Extended Family. I love the show, the writing, the chemistry, the cast, and the topics that you guys hit are so realistic. Real quick, funny story. Season one, episode one, Google's
Google's.
Google's the
lose
fish. Yes.
when you guys lost. Well, no, it wasn't you guys, it was Jim
Yeah.
lost the fish. Lost. I don't want to give too much away, but I have one of those stories, and my daughter found out when she was 17, and she was very upset.
Wait a
Oh
second.
no,
How
I'm
long?
sorry.
Whoa, 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 whoa. How long did you keep this secret for?
For 17, well, she was 4, so for 13 years.
13 years.
Wow.
That's amazing though.
Well done.
Kudos to you for keeping that secret for that long. That's amazing.
Oh my god, I loved that episode. And I read that you guys are both parents in real life. John, you have 2, and Donald, well,
Yes.
you have 2. Okay. And Donald, you have 6. Kudos
I
to you.
do. I I
I
did it
am
big.
Yes, we do not
you
have to
wi-
worry about his genetics living
No,
on in the world. We don't
there.
have to worry about
It's
that at
gonna
absolutely
all.
not.
happen.
He took care
It's
of that.
gonna. Yeah, I made sure.
So I know from being a parent and co-parenting myself, I'm divorced. In the home, there's usually one parent that does the discipline, and the other one is the nurturer. Now, Donald, I heard that you are just not good at the discipline thing. So this question is for John.
Okay.
Okay. I'm definitely in the nurturing camp. What worried me most about becoming a parent was like, wait a minute, I'm the guy who's supposed to impose order, because that's a big mistake.
Well, but that's
Already
really
there's a flaw
similar.
in this concept. I'm sorry.
But it's really similar to Jim. Jim is kind of, I don't know, he's a little
Yeah.
chilled, little too laid back. The whole episode with the video games, I need to go home. So I guess my next question would be, do your parenting styles resemble Jim or Trey? Either of you.
Mine is definitely more Jim. I definitely let the kids make mistakes, and I make mistakes and try to let the chips fall where they may. Because I figure that's how they learn, by seeing me be an idiot.
Well,
How about you,
I
Donald?
will.
I wish I could say. I wish I could say I was like Trey, but I'm more Jim when it comes to parenting.
Wow.
Yeah,
Okay. Okay.
in it, you're talking about in real life, right? My kids
Yeah.
run all over me.
Oh man, that's it.
But at the end
Wow.
of the, but look, check this
Hopefully they're
out.
not listening to this.
That's
Oh
all
no,
right.
they
But at
get
the end of
it.
the day, but this is the great thing about Jim. At the end of the day, he bestows his knowledge and his wisdom onto his children, and I feel like
That's
I'm not there yet. I'm not. I just let them run all over me.
it's live and learn. So my ex-husband and I co-parent. So this is one of the reasons I love this show, because it turns a negative into a positive. And I've become really friendly with his wife. We've gone out to drinks. I've taken her to some of my events. We've spent some holidays together. So I appreciate that growing relationship, that bond between the characters Trey and Jim. You two have really great chemistry, and I wanted to know, what have you learned about each other while working together?
Oh
I
wow.
did not know about
Ah,
Donald's encyclopedic Star Wars knowledge. It puts mine to shame.
We love me some
I
Star
think you
Wars.
and Stephen Colbert are like the two guys who
He and I need
know
to have a
Star
okay,
Wars.
conversation, and because
You
somebody,
do.
yeah, because somebody needs to be the best at it, and I think it needs to be me. Yeah,
okay.
yeah, it needs to
I
be
love that. And you,
me.
Donald?
um,
Come
I've
on,
learned a lot. I've
dish
actually
on
learned a
John.
lot. Actually learned a lot from John. John's taught me about how to use the audience. You know what I mean? That's something that I didn't think about, and I've done sitcoms before and never did that. And I've learned not his timing, but I've learned how to accumulate my own timing in my head by creating the audience's laugh. Like John does that very well. I don't know if you noticed that, but
That's
sometimes you'll
that's it.
he'll
No, that's interesting. It's like there is a rhythm. Like it's the sort of, back and forth. you're in sync. And I
Yeah.
think that's one of the reasons why I love this. I mean, I've seen John do it when he did Two Good Men, which is Two Good Men,
Two and a
is it?
half, two and a
Two and a
half.
half
Two and
men.
a half good men.
I've
Two
heard
and a
two
half
men.
men.
I've heard two men and a baby.
Yeah.
I've heard every
Yeah, yeah.
iteration of that title.
All
But
right.
he does.
So I have
He does.
two.
John. Wait. Last thing. He does something that's really cool, where he can create the audience's laughter in his own acting. Like he'll every now go and he'll laugh, and it's him creating. Yeah, you don't think I noticed that, bud?
I
You
love
don't think
it.
I
I
noticed
love
that,
it.
bud?
All right.
I do
two
that.
quick questions. I have
Go
two
ahead,
quick
Yvette. I'm
questions.
sorry.
Yeah.
I'll address that
We'll
in a
talk
moment.
about that. We'll
Okay.
talk about
I
that some
love
other
this. I
time.
love this. So which I want to know, or we want to know, which one of you is the girl dad?
Oh, I
Huh?
mean, what's one of us is a girl dad? I like to think
Yeah.
I'm a girl dad, but you know, my daughter is very much into her mom. You know what I mean? And I don't like getting
Go
facials and
moms.
stuff like that. I don't.
What? You need to do that at
No.
least once. Come on now.
Well, yeah, when I
Okay.
was young,
You got to get a pedicure.
I
That's
do
the
that.
one.
That's the thing.
Yes.
Okay, because
Okay.
yeah, once I got a pedicure, I was like, oh, now I understand
Oh,
why
Yeah.
people are so
I'm
nuts
on that
about
team.
pedicures.
I'm on that team. I'm the president. Last question. What would you guys like us to know as the community about extended family and why we should watch? I absolutely am a fan. I love the show as a co-parent.
I think it's important for anyone who's going through it or about to get into a marriage. Just, there are ups and downs, and just because the marriage ends doesn't mean your relationship ends, especially when you have children. And so,
Well
you know,
said.
I really
love
think it's
that.
important that, if you're going to get divorced and there are children involved, that you figure it out and put your differences aside and sacrifice for them.
Put the kids first. And John, last word?
I disagree. Don't put the kids first. Do your own thing. They'll
Get
be
out.
fine.
Get out.
Stop it. Stop it.
No, I love the show because it's people really trying to fan the flame of that last nugget of friendship that they have, the thing that brought them together in the first place. And obviously not everybody can do it in every divorce. It's really hard. You got to work at it. But I love setting the example of people working at it every day.
Took me a decade. John, Donald, thank you so much. This made my day. You guys are awesome, and I love the show. Thank you.
Where you from? You from New York?